And there's a chopper. Doty fields it and fires over to first. Good play. So Johnny Timmons erased.
Two good plays there by Joe Doty. He's showing a little bit of athleticism, ranging in and throwing that ball over across the first base for the second out.
So before we can get really started, 2 outs real quick here. The top half of the first. Ben McDaniel takes a shot. And fastball down the pipe, strike one. Keaton Miller on the mound. Set the defense, Baker, Brummett, Hayworth in the outfield. And it's Goyer, Doty, Robertson, and Dold around the infield. That ball smacked. Fouled towards the first base dugout. Heads up. Yikes. Indians.
No kidding.
Holly behind the dish as the battery mate for Keaton Miller. That ball fouled straight back. McDaniel on it. But down on the count 0-2. And fastball. Tipped it, but into the mid of Holly. Quick 1-2-3 inning for the Indians. They'll come to bat in the bottom half of the first. You're watching the Greater Lafayette World Series right here on the ISC Sports Network.
1-2-3 inning for the Indians. First 3 batters for the Indians.
The drive, the take, fouled, and it goes!
Lobbing it to the back of the end zone. They're going to say it's a touchdown.
Left foot gets through. Goal for Vargas. Hamilton will score. Jackson takes the handoff, throws the deep ball. He's got a man. Catch made. Rolling, throwing, has a man. First down, the grab by Cyrus. Billingsley keeps. Billingsley spins away from the tackle. Still going. Touchdown, Snyder.
Bottom of the first, Greater Lafayette World Series. The Yard Goats from Champaign, Illinois, in the light blue uniforms out in the field. And it's the Monticello Indians getting ready for their first plate appearance. And their bottom half of the first, John Natale, Chris Walker, Game 3 of the Greater Lafayette World Series. This is the 15 and under championship game. We've seen the Yard Goats sweep so far. And as Chris mentioned, in that top half of the first, we could be seeing some more royal blue coming in to Logansport High School. Jim Turner Field, beautiful facility. Great place to host the Greater Lafayette World Series Championship games.
Great weather all weekend, all week, really.
And Camden Trendler fires an off-speed strike to lead things off for the Indians. Cooper Dold. Something you don't see every day. The first baseman leading off the contest. Takes a strike inside, down 0-2. And slaps it. Henderson over there, fires to first, and just got him.
Just got him.
Good hustle by Dold, but the 4-3 put out for out number 1.
One down brings up your center fielder, number 27, Brummett.
Mason Brummett, the center fielder, steps in from the left side. Trendler from the stretch. And Chris, you'll pick up on this because I know you were watching the first 2 games to see what kind of pitching style is relative. Here's another ground ball to Henderson. Heats it up.
Oh.
Trendler's got to get over to the bag and makes the play.
Wow.
Good fundamental baseball from the Yard Goats.
It's a great job covering there by Trendler, but I'd like to see your first baseman stay home on that play So make that easier, McDaniel. But man, that was a tough play, but showed some really good athleticism. Did Camden Trendler.
Yeah, McDaniel got into no man's land, but Trendler, the heads-up play to cover first for the second out. So Joe Doty, not a very familiar face to the Indians. Their regular shortstop, Aiden Garcia, unfortunately broke his wrist. Wasn't able to participate, but they sure found themselves a good one in Doty. Takes a strike there, 2-1. That ball inside.
Not a bad pitch.
3-1 the count. And there's a chopper to third. Sikora's got to hurry. Fires the first for the out. So quick 1-2-3 inning for the Yard Goats. We'll go the top half of the second. Yard Goats coming up the bat. You're watching Greater Lafayette World Series on the ISC Sports Network.
One of the best hitters in the league. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Warm up the victory bell. A walk-off two-run single.
Shot at the buzzer. Got it! She got it! Oh my goodness, what a shot! Hello! Did it again. Hello! Made the highlight reel again. That goes to Mentor and all kinds of room to run. Down the middle of the field, and he will not be touched. Jackson, hello! There we go.
Stokes throws it, caught, ball ricochets.
Wow.
A huge hit.
Wow.
This has been an amazing display of goal scoring.
Finn Miller, Andrew Wagner, and Will Sikora. 4-5-6 for the Yard Goats here in the top half of the second. Keaton Miller on the mound. And ball's up in the air. And it's handled by Dold for the first out.
Nice communication there between first base and second baseman, because it's probably going to be tougher for the second baseman, Robertson, to make the play because of the sun. And so the first baseman, Dole, takes it instead, does a good job of communicating.
Andrew Wagner, the left fielder now. Swings through that one, strike one.
Behind that fastball there.
And Chris, you just mentioned it's been overcast the whole day.
Yes.
I mean, no rain clouds or anything, but this is the first time that the sun has popped out. And there's a shot to left field. The ball's got some run to it.
Wow.
But right into the mid of Baker. He hit that right on the nose, but Baker played it nicely for the second out.
That ball's hit really well there by Wagner. Just right to the left fielder.
Brings up your third baseman, number 9, Sikora.
I'll bring up Will Sikora, the third baseman. Keaton Miller liked that one. He heard it right off the bat. He was just hoping it was going to find leather.
Exactly.
And it did. And there's a shot to right, and that's going to fall in front of Hayworth. So Sikora gets a 2-out single.
First hit of the game for the
number
Yard
41,
Goats.
Stock.
I'll bring up the designated hitter, Grady Stock, on the left side of the plate. See how aggressive the Yard Goats are at the 15-year-old level. That's a good pitch on the outside corner, strike one.
Perfectly spotted up right there.
Swings through that one, same location,
Yes,
same
it
result.
was. Yes, it was. See if they do it 3 times in a row here.
Holly sets up on the outside. Runner goes and slap just fouled on the third base line. Sikora will have to head back to first, and we'll do it again at 0-2.
I think Keaton Miller missed his spot a little bit there. He got that one more on the middle part of the plate. If you're going to miss, you want to miss outside there.
So here comes the 0-2. 2 down. And same, just foul.
I think now would be a good time to try to bust Grady's stock inside. So he can at least move his feet, get him off his spot a little bit.
We'll see what Miller does on the 0-2.
Went in and jammed. That's a great pitch.
And Robertson,
Tremendous
slow
pitch.
roller, over to Dold. And doctor's order, going to call Walker Damas on that one. So inning over, another 1-2, 1-2-1-3 inning on the base hit. But nonetheless, no runs scored. We'll head to the bottom of the second. You're watching the Greater Lafayette World Series right here on the ISE Sports Network.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Tate Goyer to lead things off for the Indians here in the bottom half of the second, followed by Aiden Holly and Trey Hayworth. Batters 4, 5, 6. That ball finds his own, strike one.
Whoa.
And lost control of that one over the head of Goyer. Even the count at 1-1.
Just keeping him awake, keep him honest up there.
Tried to hang that one in there, but ended up high. Count 2-1.
Look for something you can smash here if you're Tate Goyer.
And rips it to left.
No
and
way.
did he make that catch?
Wow.
What a grab by Wagner in left field.
Whoa.
It took us a while. Didn't know if it was a trap.
We have to see a replay on that one.
What a play
Great catch.
by Andrew Wagner.
Now
Looked like a
batting your
beeline
pitcher,
base hit, but Wagner
Holly.
to his right, full extension. Keeps it off the ground, out number one.
Good pitch.
And a good hook for strike one. That'll fire up your pitcher.
No kidding. I love that effort by Andrew Wagner, knowing there's no outs. In a situation when there's one out, or no outs, I love you going after that ball, trying to keep that runner off the base there. It's a great time to go for it.
Trendler hangs a curve over the outside. 2 strikes. That ball in the dirt. Aiden Holly, catcher. That ball just high and inside. 2-2.
Oh, he's a big boy. Imposing presence there at the plate. Jammed him.
On the inside of the handle, and York able to field it easily, out number 2. Didn't have to work as hard as Wagner on that one.
No, he didn't. Chandler's making some really good pitches here.
That's a great pitch on the inside.
Yes, it is.
With the big holly on the inside of on the handle. There's Trey Hayworth. A bunt straight to Trendler, though. Fires a first.
Yep.
And got him. So a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Yard Goats. They'll come up the bat in the top half of the third. You're watching the Greater Lafayette World Series on the ISC Sports Network.
Jams it home.
That ball wiggles in and into the back of the net.
A little fireworks in the first half. Throw it up for Tillman. Whoa. My goodness.
122-6-0 for Penn. What a swim. Six of them.
See Barry's baseball because we're on the campus of Logansport High School in Logansport, Indiana. Host site for the Greater Lafayette World Series here on the ISC Sports Network. John Natale, Chris Walker with you for Game 3 of our 4-game slate. The Yard Goats 2-0 so far with championship material. Heading back to Champaign, Illinois.
Number 6, Parrott. Number 35, Henderson. Number 23, Baker.
It'll be Colby Parrott, Cole Henderson, and Talon Baker.
Your right fielder, number 6.
8, 9, 10 for the Yard Goats. Keaton Miller. Fires a strike, and that's off of everybody.
Catcher, umpire, got them both. Good pitch.
Caught the outside corner. Good fastball on the outside corner for strike 2. Parrott down in the count, 0-2.
Oh, see ya.
And got him. And Parrott knew it. Excellent pitch location from Keaton Miller.
Miller painted a fastball on the outside corner. Absolutely nothing you can do if you're Colby Parrott there.
Swings through that one, strike 1. Cole Henderson, second baseman. Fouls that one back. Down in the count early, 0-2.
0-2. Attacking the zone. A lot of good baseball played on Championship Sunday here, John.
And swings through that one, strike 3.
Coach Burton.
With 2 down, your center fielder, number 23, Baker.
Coach Burton on the Indian side has
made his presence known
already. And we're just in the 3rd inning. But if you know Coach Burton, it's basically high school synonymous with Coach Burton here in the state of Indiana. There's a slow chopper. Doty has to charge it, fires over to first, and off the mitt of Dold. So that'll be an E6.
E6 gets Talon Baker to first base. Now you go back to the top of the order here for Dalton York.
We'll see if Baker has any speed, see how aggressive Coach is for the Yard Goats.
think it's a good time to run here. Even if you get thrown out and start the next inning with the top of your lineup, why not get some action?
York swings through that one, strike one. Baker with a good lead at first.
Really big lead.
And if he would have got a good throw, he would have been gone.
No kidding. It's a huge lead over there.
And with no hesitation, he's back out to it. And he goes. Slap just right of the first base bag. So 0-2 the count to Dalton York.
Now it's a really good time to run here. That is a huge leadoff, man.
And it's a slow roll to Robertson. He'll just fire it over to Dole, end of inning. Playing some quick baseball here in Game 3 of the Greater Lafayette World Series, and we'll come back to the bottom half of the third on the ISC Sports Network.
The drive, the take, fouled, and it goes!
Lobbing it to the back of the end zone. They're going to say it's a touchdown.
Left foot gets through. Goal for Vargas. Hamilton will score.
Hey there, I'm Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
Derek, do you know what we do not have in common with Ted Lasso?
What's that, Jake?
We made it beyond 3 seasons.
Oh, we're going to make it like 30, 40, 50 seasons. As long as your heart holds out, that is. Query and Schultz every Tuesday night. You can watch it right here on the ISC Sports Network, on our YouTube channel, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, X, podcast, whatever it is. Just call it whatever you want.
Twitter doesn't exist.
Just make sure Tuesday nights, Query and Schultz, 7:30, all season long right here on the ISC Sports Network.
We outlasted Twitter.
We did.
Bottom of the third. No, you're not seeing. This isn't deja vu. That is the Yard Goats again. They're dug out in the 15 and under championship. They've already nabbed the 17 and 16-year-old trophies, and now they're going for the triple of the 15-year-old team. But they got a good Monticello Indians team to get through if they're going to get that.
What would you say about the size of those trophies they're winning, John?
Well, if the Yard Goats do get another one, they'll probably have to call some local trailer rental place to bring those things back. They are pretty hefty. They're nice-looking trophies. Yeah. Well deserved. All the baseball that these young athletes have played through these past couple days, it's well deserved and well earned. There's a strike from Canlon Trendler.
Good pitch.
And hooks that in. Austin Robertson, the second baseman. And swings through that one on a good off-speed pitch. Throw the first out of the inning.
Great sequence there by Camden Trendler. Pumping strikes, good off-speed work, and can throw the fastball when he wants for a strike. When you're going to do that, it's going to be a good day for you on the mound.
I'll bring up the pitcher, Keaton Miller. See if he can help his cause. And swings through that one, strike one.
Goes fishing on a off-speed pitch.
Logansport, Indiana. Campus of Logansport High School, host site for the Greater Lafayette World Series. Just a beautiful Sunday.
Good pitch.
He is really confident in that curveball, and it's working.
He is.
And Miller just got a piece of it off of him. So we'll do it again at 0-2.
Thinking now, man, if you can throw that good fastball, getting right across the numbers, you may be able to get Keaton Miller swinging here. Seeing so many breaking balls slows that bat down. See if he can speed him up a little bit here.
Trendler digs in.
Another breaking ball.
Sent the breaking ball. It's going to find its way foul down the first base side. Oh, 0-2 the count to Keaton Miller, Indians pitcher. And a slow chopper to third. Sikora has to back up.
Oh, nice.
Fires
arm.
over to first and got him. Good play from Sikora. Had to wait on that one a little bit, but fired a strike to McDaniel for the second out.
That's a heck of a play by Will Sikora. Has to wait on it because it takes kind of those long chopping in between hops. But he shows a really strong arm to fire that ball over to third base to first base for the second out of the inning.
It's going to bring up Darren Baker in the 9-hole, left fielder. Ball outside, 1-0.
I was wondering if that was Dusty's son. Here, Darren Baker.
Swings through that one, strike one late.
Yes, he was.
Ironically, you mentioned Dusty Baker. I spent the 2018 season out in Sacramento, PA announcing for the Sacramento River Cats. And Coach Dusty Baker, head coach of the Giants at the time. Met Dusty. Scared me. A very imposing figure.
Is he?
Just size-wise.
Wow.
And then you see some of his antics on the field, but a genuine human being. That ball flied out to Wagner, and another quick inning for the Yard Goats. They'll come back to bat in the top half of the fourth. You're watching the Greater Lafayette World Series on the ISC Sports Network.
Fall means football, and on the ISC, we've got you covered all season long. Catch our broadcast live on television on MyNDTV 23 and Comcast 81, as well as streaming on ISCSportsNetwork.com. With a subscription to ISC for only $4.99 a month, you get access to our entire library, viewable anytime, anywhere, on our website or on the ISC app. Don't miss a single broadcast. ISC Sports Network. Football lives here. The ISC Sports Network is your home for sports content across the Hoosier State. Find us live on TV and streaming or archived on our website and our app. The ISC is your one-stop shop for the content you want to see, including high school sports, college sports, and other great events throughout the year. Subscribe to our streaming service and get access to it all. ISC. Local lives here.
Back at Logansport High School, host site for the Greater Lafayette World Series right here on the ISC Sports Network. Game 3 of 4 of Championship Sunday. Chris Walker, my partner. I'm John Natale. And we have seen some very, very good baseball
We really have.
these first two games, and this game is following suit.
Now batting your catcher, number 5, Timmons.
And Johnny Timmons leads off for the Yard Goats. That ball inside.
Johnny grounded out to short his first at bat here. One of the two outs that Joe Doty recorded in the first inning.
That ball slapped foul on our first base side. Count even at 1-1. Ball high and tight, 2-1. David, Rob, Dalton, Charlie, Vince, and Jordan. That ball is going to, that'll find its way out of play. They've been working a long day. A lot of them have been here since Wednesday. But just the best in the business. We appreciate your help, because if not for everybody doing their jobs out down there behind the scenes, Chris and I are not here right now. So thank you so, so much, guys.
Well said, partner.
And a fastball down the pipe. Robertson to his right, fires to first, got him.
Nicely done there by Austin Robertson. Fields it cleanly, fires a strike over to first base for the first out of the inning.
I'll bring up Ben McDonald, strikeout in his first at bat, back in the first inning.
We have one hit in this ball game, and that was by Will Sikora in the second inning.
That ball's going to find its way out of play. Right side of this facility getting a nice workout. All these foul balls going towards what they call the barn.
Good pitch. Really good pitch.
Guys, who donated the barn?
And that ball shot to right,
Gotta stay up.
but right in the midst of Hayworth. Just had to move a step. Out number 2.
Good piece of hitting there by Ben McDaniel. He smokes that ball, just got it up, kind of hung up in the air a little bit for the right fielder, Trey Hayworth, to come in and make the play.
I'll bring up Finn Miller, the extra hitter. Popped out to first in his first at bat.
Good pitch.
Down the outside corner, strike 1.
Now batting the extra hitter, number 11, Miller.
And just pokes the bat out, and that hit the barn. Slow chopper. Miller lost his foot and looked like he spiked himself on that. See what happened here. Oh, just kind of slipped.
Yep.
That was a curveball. Miller backs away.
Great job back there by Aiden Holly. He's a big boy, but he moves well behind the plate.
And a shot to left field. No chance for anybody to get that one.
Nope.
And Miller aboard with 2 outs.
Nice rip there by Finn Miller. 2-out knock. See if Andrew Wagner can bring him around.
2 down, 1 on. Brings up your left fielder, number 1, Wagner.
Andrew Wagner made a spectacular play in left field. And he slaps at the third. Good pick by Goyer. Fires over to first and on the tag. Got him. So good play by Goyer and heads up play by Dold. Ends the inning. We're still tied at 0s. Bottom of the 4th coming up on the ISC Sports Network. The bottom of the 4th we go. This game moving along at a very nice pace. Good baseball so far. Just 2 hits from both sides combined.
Yep.
It's been good defense, good pitching.
Coming into the bottom of the 4th, brings up the top of your lineup, your first baseman, number 2, Gold. Your center fielder, number 27, Brummett. Shortstop, number 43,
So
Brody.
1, 2, 3 for the Indians here to lead off the 4th. Cooper Dold, Mason Brummett, and Joe
Now
Doty.
batting number 2, Gold.
Trumler steps off. Just got a piece of it. Fouls it back to the backstop. Strike 1. And chops that to third. It's going to be playable.
Nice
That's
play.
a long play.
Good
A nice throw from Sikora.
Well, Will has shown us he's got a really nice, strong arm over there at third base. Moves his feet really well. Very agile and athletic over at the hot corner. and a super strong arm.
And a good play. That ball was kind of, where was it going to land? On the inside or the outside of the line? And took a chance, fielded it in play, and fired a P over to McDaniel at first for the first out.
Yeah, that's that play, the third baseman. You got to be aggressive in whatever you decide to do. If you're going to let it go, you let it go. But if you're going to get it, you better get it, and you get it fired over to first base.
Here's up Mason Brummett. And this was a good play from Henderson. And his last at bat came off the bag, and McDaniel kind of got lost in no man's land as a first baseman, but Trendler was able to cover first for the putout. Strike right there. Count 1-2.
Played ball in college against Mason's dad, Sean, who was a really good outfielder at Indiana State.
The Sycamores have, unbeknownst, become quite a good baseball program.
It will be
here in the state of
interesting
Indiana.
to see how that continues with Mitch Hanna's now leaving and going to South Florida.
But he draws the walk.
Tracy Archuleta, the new coach, is very good. So, be interesting to watch.
Shortstop number 43, Doty.
Just think of the colleges here in the state of Indiana, the D1 colleges. When you think of baseball, not a, I don't want to say unrecognized sport here in the state of Indiana, but everybody around the country is baseball is not the first thing you think of when you think of Indiana, but strong baseball here in the Hoosier State.
Yep.
Brummett looked like he was going to go, but stays home, wearing the oven mitt. I guess a new fad in baseball. And he does go on this pitch, high and inside. Here comes the throw.
Good job.
Brummett in safely on the stolen base. Good hustle.
Good jump. Get him in scoring position now with only one out. That just takes a simple hit to drive in a run.
Tim is going to go out and talk to his pitcher. And really for the first time out in left field, Old Glory blowing towards left field, not really blowing out. But it's she's been down pretty much all 2 games, and now a little wind starting to pick up.
Pitch. Doty's got to stay back on that pitch. If anything, you try to drive that hard in that 3-4 hole over there because you got a lot of room over there to do so.
Count even at 2-2. And good pitch to get Doty on the strikeout. Now 2 down. And Brummett's still out there at second. They'll give Tate Goyer a chance. Try to get a 2-out RBI.
Big at bat here for Tate.
Pickoff play. Brummett back easily. Count 0-0, 2 out, man on second. And Trendler just able to find the spots with his curveball.
Been a really effective pitch for him today. Seems like he's been able to throw that for a strike whenever he's wanted.
Comes back with there, put a charge in it. If it finds a gap, it does. Here comes Brummett around to score easily to the wall. And Goyer will hold at second. 2-out RBI for Tate Goyer on the double.
It's a great swing there by Tate Goyer. 2-out hits are big-time hits. Gets his team on the board. And he's standing on second base still with 2 outs. Another hit brings another run home.
Put a charge into that one. That's going to bring a visit to the mound. going to leave him out there. Let's give a pep talk.
No, John, just looking at my score sheet here, as good as Trindler has been today, that run that scored was not a leadoff walk, but it was a one-out walk. So walks always find a way to come back and burn you.
And then a good hustle by Mason Brummett to get the steal to
Steal
end up
second.
on second base.
That's right. You got it.
Because it could be second and third had
That's
he not
correct.
stole
Yep.
that base.
Ooh, good pitch.
Good hook, but ends up a little low, 1-0. Aiden Holly. And as you look at number 28, yes, it is 15 and under. Strike finds the outside corner.
Which means he's a big boy.
There's something in the Twin Lakes water. Some sort of restaurant out there feeding these kids. But we have seen some giants in all 3 games.
Ray Long was a big boy we saw in a previous game. Yeah, we've seen some big guys. Ooh.
And swung through that one. That one was off the plate. But Holly took a grab at it and couldn't get it. Now down in the count, 1-2. This Monticello team, basically the Twin Lakes High School team. Some few additions.
Ouch.
Tried to hook him and got him in the side. So Holly can make his way to first on the hit by pitch. Now 2 on.
Right fielder number 5, Hayward.
Trey Hayworth, slow roller to Trendler in his last at bat.
Courtesy runner for the catcher, Holly.
So now runners on first and second, 2 out. Trey Hayworth, the right fielder.
Situation where you're an infielder, you got to find a way to keep the ball on the infield.
And that finds a gap. And are they going to try to score?
Wow,
They will.
man.
Here comes a
Oh,
throw.
that's a great throw.
Play at the plate.
Great
and they
throw.
got him. What a throw by Wagner. That's 2 outstanding plays from the young left fielder. Ends the inning. But the Indians do get 1. They'll lead it going to the top of the 5th. You're watching the Greater Lafayette World Series on the ISC Sports Network.
Just a heck of a throw. Keeps it down right through the cutoff man. 1 hop to the catcher for the out. Beautifully done there.
The drive, the take, fouled, and it goes!
Lobbing it to the back of the end zone. They're going to say it's a touchdown.
Left foot gets through. Goal for Vargas. Hamilton will score! Jackson takes the handoff, throws the deep ball. He's got a man. Catch made. Rolling, throwing, has a man. First down, the grab by Cyrus. Billingsley keeps. Billingsley spins away from the tackle. Still going. Touchdown, Snyder.
The Indians able to put 1 up. And their bottom half of the 4th now have a 1-0 advantage against the Yard Goats. They'll send up Sikora, Stock, and Parrott
First batter
for their top half of the 5th.
Almost put 2 up, but if it weren't for a tremendous throw from Andrew Wagner in left field, very well executed play.
Well, that's 2 by the young left fielder.
Yes, it is.
Made an outstanding diving grab. And then that play right there caught him a little bit, kind of got in his chest. But he came up, fired a strike. That ball finds the corner. Keaton Miller pitching a gem so far. And Sikora didn't want to do it. But now the count 1-2.
Sikora's got one of the 2 hits on the day so far for the Yard Goats.
That ball fouled down the first base side towards the dugout. Do it again at 1-2. And A slow roller to Robertson. Fires over to first, 1 out. The DH, Grady Stock.
With 1 down, brings up your designated hitter, number 21, Stock.
Robertson's been pretty busy over there. He's made his plays.
4 putouts for the second baseman. And there's a shot right up the middle. And under the diving glove of Doty. And that's the third hit for the Yard Goats. 1 aboard with 1 out.
So I'm guessing that.
Next to right fielder, number 6, Parrott.
Gotcha.
A courtesy runner.
That's actually going to be a substitution there.
I believe it was number 12 that's on first base, Camlin Trendler.
Is it?
That's confusing, so I'll stay quiet and just go with the at-bat here. We'll leave it up to the hands of Colby Parrott.
Exactly. Not sure about that move, but okay.
Parrott shoots it down the right field line.
So I think that may kill the DH, and for the remainder of the game, potentially, Trindler would have to hit in that spot, I believe. Good swing.
There's a shot up the middle, so back-to-back base hits for the Yard Goats here in the top half of the 5th. Trying to answer the 1 run scored by the Indians in their bottom half of the 4th.
With 1 out, 2 on. Second baseman, number 35, Henderson.
Cole Henderson, second baseman, steps in. He struck out in his first at-bat in the 3rd inning. The first trouble that Miller has been in this afternoon. See how he responds.
Ooh, good
Finds
spot.
the outside corner for a strike.
Cole was a strikeout victim in the 3rd. See what he can do here.
That
nice
ball
job.
outside.
Nice job by
Holly
Aiden
had
Holly
to
there.
reach on that one.
Yes, that's a big-time play. Those things don't go unnoticed, I'm telling you. Makes it a totally different situation if runners are on 2nd and 3rd right now.
And just got a piece of it off of Holly. Count 1 and 2, the second baseman. Runners on first and second, 1 out. Consecutive base hits. And lofts it into the air. Baker under it, makes the grab, 2 out. So Talon Baker gets a shot. He reached on an error
Brings up your center fielder, number 20,
back in the 3rd.
Baker.
And runner still at first and second, but now 2 out.
May not be a bad idea for Baker to try to lay one down the 3rd baseline.
Playing way back.
Yes, he
is
is.
Goyer. There's a strike.
That would have been a perfect pitch to do it, too.
And fires it to Robertson. He'll just flip it over to Doty, and they get out of the inning unscathed. So the Indians will come to bat in the bottom half of the 5th, leading by 1. You're watching the Greater Lafayette World Series on the ISC Sports Network.
hitters in the league. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Warm up the victory bell. A walk-off 2-run single.
Hitter 789 for Coach Burton and his Monticello Indians.
First three batters for Twin Lakes.
A 1-0 lead.
Number 15, Robertson.
See, the umbrellas out because the sun has peaked out, but still such a gorgeous day. You couldn't have asked for better conditions
Right
here
at
on a Sunday afternoon.
80 degrees. And if you can get that on, what, July 21st, you'll take that anytime.
Went through sort of a heat wave there past couple weeks, reaching a low to mid-90s. People like myself are not happy about that.
Yeah, me neither.
Like a bear in hibernation, you got to get me to winter because I pack up during that time and I'm fine in the cold.
Number 9, Sikora.
Then when the summer hits, boy, it's a struggle.
Yep. I'm kind of the same way, sir.
It'll be Austin Robertson. And we do have a new pitcher. Got a couple changes, so it's Sikora now.
Yes, it is.
Who is pitching. And it looks like McDaniel has gone over to third.
Robertson.
Ball outside, ball one. So with McDaniel at third, there is a new first baseman. I'm having trouble seeing the number. Might be Tremler.
Good pitch.
Outside corner. Two and one the count. That ball high. 3-1. It was a walk that gave the Indians a run when they got theirs, and leadoff walk for Robertson.
Leadoff walk for Robertson brings up number 7, Miller.
I would expect to see a bunt here.
It's Finn Miller over at first base now. I'll have a conference on the mound, see how they're going to play this. They're probably expecting the same thing you said, Chris.
Yep.
For Keaton Miller to lay one down, see if he can't get Robertson over to second scoring position with one out. And we talk about the Indians, our ISC crew. Production for all home Indianapolis Indians games. So what you see, those beautiful broadcasts that you see, courtesy of the ISC Sports Network. Howard Kellman, who's been around since, I believe, the Fillmore administration. There's two things that'll survive nuclear war: cockroaches and Howard Kellman. He is he's a great individual, fantastic at what he does. Just had the studios named after him at Victory Field, and he's earned every bit of that.
We actually broadcast the state championship games on Friday night this year from his booth. Actually kicked him out. He was next door for whatever reason.
And they try to lay down the bunt. Does not work. That's strike two, so we'll see if Miller swings away or if they decide, can he get it down? He's down to count 0-2. Robertson at first base. Sikora on the mound.
That was a great fastball right there.
Swings through it.
There you go.
Good pitch by Sikora to get the first out. Darren Baker gets a chance, lined out to Wagner left in his last at bat, his first at bat. Back in the third.
Austin Robertson got crossed up a little bit, getting back in the first over there. Didn't know if he wanted to slide or go in standing up.
Ball up a little for ball one. Chris, we've been kind of talking about through these first two games and currently in this one, you look at the Yard Goats and even the teams that we've seen, the Hitmen, the Indians here, and the feeder programs that they have, and you look at the talent that comes through Victory Field. I mean, just now, in historic pace, that ball fouled to the right side. Paul Skeens, got a brief look at him. Now at Pittsburgh at the major league level, 6-0, 1.9 ERA.
It's impressive.
Starts the All-Star game. There's that ball chopped to third. McDaniel. Couldn't get the throw. Henderson kind of nonchalantly put his glove down and just missed the baseball.
I would say that's an E4 because that ball's thrown right to the bag. That's got to be caught by your second baseman.
1 down, 2 on, brings up your first baseman, number 2, Dole.
That ball was there.
Yeah, it was.
Just Henderson may have got crossed up, maybe heard the footsteps. Robertson coming at him. But nonetheless, that's going to put runners on first and second with 1 out. And we're going to have another visit to the mound.
Just a time when you got to, as a fielder, you want to be quick but not in a hurry, right, if that makes sense. So see the ball in, be sure of the first out. I mean, because you cannot turn a double play without getting the first out. And so, you just don't want to lose focus in that situation.
It looks like Sikora stepped off the mound. Did they hand the baseball to somebody else? I believe they did.
Wow.
McDaniel's in our vantage point, and this will go into the hands of try to get a look.
Now pitching number 2, York.
So Dalton York comes into the from the shortstop position. And Sikora will probably spell him at shortstop. So strategy or not, Chris? Sikora lasted only a few batters, didn't do anything egregious. That's
not at all
on him that last play.
No. Yeah, don't understand that one. Did a good job.
But they'll put it on the arm of Dalton York to see if he can eliminate this threat with runners on first and second, 1 out. And Indians clinging to a 1-run lead.
You just never know what the plan is for Twin Lakes here because it's your leadoff man up to bat now, Cooper Dole. It's not a bunting situation, really. But, when you're hitting at the top of the lineup, a drag bunt is always a threat, and that's normally not ever called. That's one of your decisions you make as a player.
Robertson on second with the leadoff walk. Keaton Miller's strikeout. But then what could have been a tailor-made double play turned into an error, which allowed Darren Baker to reach first. And now back to the top of the order, Cooper Dole.
And more importantly, what could have been a double play, you don't get any outs.
And he lays a bunt down. It's going to be a tough play.
Really tough play. He's safe.
And nowhere to go.
Yep.
Chris, when we're done with this, I'm going to ask you for this week's lottery numbers.
Just what we talked about. I mean, it's just it's one of those situations where it's going to be a tough play. You can run a little bit. May as well try it out.
Daniel was playing back as well, and the only play was for York. And Cooper Dole, good speed. out of the box, able to beat that out. Bases loaded, 1 out.
Now you're in a really good position because Brummett is a really good hitter. And you got him up with only 1 out. And the infield in even makes you an even better hitter when that infield's in.
That ball fouled back, strike 1. That ball high and outside, evens the count at 1-1.
Good take there by Mason Brummett. Man, if he can get one and smoke it over the shortstop's head, he's going to be able to run forever.
Fouls that one straight back on it, but just missed it. Infield playing in. Plays at home. Count 1-2.
Big spot here. Got to move the baseball here if you're Mason Brummett. If you're Dalton York, you're looking for a strikeout.
And a slow chopper,
that's big.
able to go to 4. Can he get to play at first? No, he'll hold it. So Timmons smartly holds the baseball, but a slow chopper to Dalton York, able to get it to Timmons for a big second out.
It's a huge out right there.
Shortstop number 43, Doty.
There was one place where Mason Brummett did not want to hit it, and that's exactly where it went. Easy play for York. Can he get out of the jam? Base is still loaded for Joe Doty. Strikeout in his last at bat.
This would be huge if Dalton York can get out of this with no runs scored. Big, big, big point in this baseball game right now.
Ball down low, 2-0.
Man, you're a hitter. You are looking for one pitch in one spot, and it's got to be in the spot that you like it. Not just a strike. It's got to be the strike that you like the best. And obviously,
that's a good pitch on the outside corner.
Right. And obviously, he doesn't like a ball that's middle away, and that's fine. You can live with that.
Here comes a 2-1. That ball down in the dirt, squirts away.
It's a good job.
Timmons on a good hustle, able to keep Robertson at third. So Baker's on second, and Cooper Dold on first base.
Doty's back in the same situation he was 2-0. You're looking one pitch, one spot here. It's got to be the pitch that you love.
And he chops it to third. And good play. Can he fire over to first? He does. So Dalton York gets out of a bases-loaded jam. Indians leave him loaded. We'll go to the bottom half of the fifth, top half of the sixth. You're watching the Greater Lafayette World Series on the ISC Sports Network.
We welcome you to Victory Field in downtown Indianapolis. Way back, way out of here. That's a home run. He's one of the best hitters in the league. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Warm up the victory bell. A walk-off two-run single.
Shot at the buzzer. Got it! She got it! Oh my goodness, what a shot! Brady, hello! Did it again. Hello! Made the highlight reel again. That goes to Mentor and all kinds of room to run. Down the middle of the field, and he will not be touched. Jackson, hello! There we go.
Stokes throws it, caught, ball ricochets.
Wow.
A huge hit.
Wow. This has been an amazing display of goal scoring.
Top half of the sixth inning, the Yard Goats, which we haven't said, I don't think at all, during this all-day broadcast here on the ISC Sports Network for the Greater Lafayette World Series, running out of outs, down to their final 6. And they'll put it in the hands of Chris Miller off the bench to pinch hit for Dalton York. Swings through that one, strike one. Keaton Miller has gone the distance, and he's pitched a beauty so far. That ball finds the corner, 0-2. Just outside. And Chris, that's something that a pitcher like Miller's got the advantage of. You get 0-2, you have a lot to work with because
Yes,
you know you
you
can
do.
hit the strike zone when you need to. That ball high, 2-2.
Now, if you're Keaton Miller, you throw your best pitch, whether it's your breaking ball, your fastball, whatever you can get over the plate for a strike. That's what you want to come with right now.
And he
Fastball
does,
outside
found the corner, and he sits him
See
down.
ya. Great pitch there.
One out. Brings up your catcher, number 5.
That's a
Timmons.
forced strikeout for Keaton Miller. That ball just a tad outside for Johnny Timmons. 2 ground outs. That ball inside. 2-0.
It's really impressive how good the home plate umpiring has been in this tournament.
Kind of still marveling off of the unassisted put out on the bunt attempt from the prior game.
Yes, to be able to see that.
There's a strike. 3-1. Timmons taking all the way on that. Let's see if Miller can work his way back.
Nope.
That ball inside, so a walk. So the Yard Goats,
One out.
one on, one down
Number 87, McDaniel.
for Ben McDaniel.
Hit the ball hard last time to right fielder. See if we can get something to fall in this time.
Timmons diving back. Something we've seen a lot throughout this tournament is pinch runners for the catcher, but Timmons batting in the 2 holes got some speed. And there's a shot to center. Will it get over his head?
Trouble.
No,
Oh,
good
man.
recovery by Brummett.
Man.
That ball looked like it was going to get over the head of the center fielder, but Brummett able to track it down for out number 2.
Really nice job being able to go back and get a baseball and track a baseball by Mason Brummett. That was really impressive.
So now it's up to Finn Miller, the extra hitter. Had a base hit in the 4th. He needs something here to keep the inning alive. Ball outside. Ball low, 2-0.
The other thing I think I just noticed in this game, the Monticello Indians, they are allowing Aiden Holly to call the pitches in this game. And I really love that as you're trying to develop catchers and teach them the game. Does you no good to always call the pitches from the dugout as a coach. I mean, you need to work with them, teach them how to call the game so they know how to do it as they're continuing to grow up.
Runner goes, there's a shot, but right to the glove of Doty. And that'll end the inning. Bottom of the 6th coming up. Indians at bat, they're up 1-0. The Greater Lafayette World Series 15 and under championship game right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, Your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Back on a campus at Logansport High School, host site for the Greater Lafayette World Series. You can see that building right there. It's what they call the barn. It's a hitting facility donated by Aaron Heilman. If you're familiar with this area in Logansport High School, Aaron Heilman, star pitcher in the area, drafted by the Twins out of high school, but decided to go to Notre Dame for 2 years, and then became a first-round pick of the New York Mets. Played for the Diamondbacks as well, and he donated that barn.
Ran into him in college. Had a really good team in the South Bend with Aaron Heilman. Brad Lidge was a closer at the time. I think a third baseman that hit a ball off one of my teammates that's still going, Brant Ust. Another player that never forget, was a pretty cool moment. That year, Scott Solman was their leadoff man and center fielder, but he was also a punt returner and football player on the football team. And I remember him running over from the practice field in full football uniform, jumping over the fence in center field, going into the dugout, putting on his baseball uniform, then playing a baseball game. Pretty cool.
But it's quite the effort from a former alumni that got a chance at the bigs, and you don't hear about many first-round picks because there's only 30 each year. And Heilman was one of them, 18th by the New York Mets.
Really impressive.
And he did play some ball. I think he had two appearances for the Indianapolis Indians. Did not quite get to the Pirates.
But you talk about Heilman, and then I think maybe a couple years later, I think Lidge was the 17th pick overall, I believe, in '98, if I'm not mistaken. Because that would have been the Mark Mulder year draft. I think Mark Mulder was 2. Maybe Pat Burrell. Pat Burrell was number 1, I think, from Miami.
Couple of solid players in MLB.
Yeah.
That ball popped foul behind us. Be 2-2 to Tate Goyer.
It's a big inning here for Twin Lakes. They need to get an insurance run. Then you can get 3 outs and you go home a champion.
It was Goyer who hit the big double back in the 4th inning to score Brummett.
Well, a double.
On basically a manufactured run.
Yes.
Just got a piece of that, fouls it back to the screen.
A double here would be huge.
Well, this has been an extremely well-played baseball game.
Yes, it has. I have been lucky. I've seen, this is my 7th game now in 2 days, and I'm telling you, they have all been good.
That ball in the dirt, so it's a full count. Payoff pitch coming up. And that ball outside.
It's great at bat.
And Goyer makes his way to first base in the 6th inning. Nobody out.
That is a great AB by Tate Goyer.
I'll bring up Aiden Holly.
Not sure if I would expect Aiden Holly to be bunting here, but you never know.
He got going to have a bruise on the left side of his leg from the last at bat. Slow curve hit him. Probably felt like a gnat with that body size.
It's off your barn right there. Mr. Heilman's not going to like that.
Maybe he gets royalties for every time we mention it. Who do you never know? NIL slipping into high school.
There you go.
Throw back to first. Goyer had a good lead over there.
He did.
Maybe a hit and run situation. See if Holly can put something through the right side. That ball outside. 1-2 the count. Chris Walker and John Natale of the Greater Lafayette World Series on the ISC Sports Network. ISCSportsNetwork.com. Download the app on both Android and Apple.
Dalton York needs a strikeout here.
Just got a piece of that one to foul it back. We'll do it again at 1 and 2. $4.99 per month, $49.99 per year for the subscription. And I'll tell you, just if there's a sport out there, we probably cover it. Professional level, college level, high school level. Beat ball. If you want to see something really cool, I would use the Google machine and type in beat ball. One of the most amazing things I've ever seen.
I don't know what that is.
It's baseball for blind people.
Ah.
Can you believe that?
No.
It's unbelievable. Greg Rakestraw was on the call for it a few weeks ago, and just absolutely astounding.
Wow.
That those athletes are able to do that and that they're able to put that together. There's a grounder to third. It's going to eat up McDaniel. And no play. Just got in the kitchen. And the big third baseman couldn't do anything with it. And Sikora had to come over and eat it. Now runners on first and second with nobody out.
He called it very well. Just ball ate him up. Got in too deep on his body. Got to keep your hands out in front. Field it out front because that was a tailor-made double play with the big catcher running. That
We're going to have another visit to the mound.
Yep. Now you're definitely in a bunt situation.
And are we going to make a change? As we await the meeting on the mound.
Still Dalton York.
Just a talking to, so they're probably discussing the defense, as you said, Chris. Runners on first and second, nobody out, looking for that ever-important insurance run. You got Trey Hayworth at the plate.
I have seen enough of Coach Burton baseball. This is a 100% bunt situation right here. Surprised, though, Trey Hayworth is way back in the box. Not bunting.
Swinging away.
Yeah, I mean, when I noticed when him being so far back in the box that he'd be swinging. Looks like he's swinging again.
And fouls that one at the plate.
Now you're in the hole. That's
0-2.
tough.
Very surprising on that one.
Yes, no kidding.
Now Hayworth, that's a swing away.
Sixth spot in the lineup, too, man. That's, wow. Really surprised at that.
Just missed the zone. Little up. 1 and 2. Strikeout would be huge for Dalton York right now.
Huge.
And fouled back. We'll do it again at 1 and 2. Runners on first and second, no out here for the Indians in the bottom half of the 6th. Hold a 1-run advantage. Shea scored back in the 4th. And there's a chopper through the hole. Are they going to send him? No, they'll hold him.
Good decision.
And a very good decision. That's Wagner. He's a force out there. They tested the arm the first time. And third base coach was wise to say, let's not do it a second time. But now bases loaded. Nobody out.
Well, Trey Hayworth gets the job done, moves the runners up, gets himself a base hit. Now you have base loaded, no outs, and that's going to force the yard goat to bring their infield in. Because any further runs create a larger deficit and make it very tough to come back in the top of the 7th.
It's Austin Robertson, ball up high, ball 1. He walked in his last at bat.
Yeah, but this is a situation when you're Twin Lakes, you want to be greedy. You know, 1 or 2 runs in my opinion, in this situation is not good enough. Now you're trying to get 3 guys in with no outs and the bases loaded.
That ball low, 2-0.
2 runs at the minimum.
You see how far Sikora is, and it's short. And Holly is right behind him, probably about 30 feet off the bag. That ball high, 3-0. And that ball's going to be glued to Robertson's shoulder. At least it should be. And there's a strike. So York has to battle all the way back now. Bases loaded, 3-1 the count.
Gotta be perfect.
Nowhere to put him.
Keep it away from the corner. Stay through the middle of the field here. Good.
And there's a shot to center.
Great piece of
It's
hitting.
going to drop for a single. That'll score at least one. Here comes Ollie all the way around. He's going to score. And to third, safe.
Great piece of hitting.
Heads up base running. So Austin Robertson comes through with a big hit. Plates 2. And runners still on second and third. Nobody out. And that might do it for Dalton York.
It's really good hitting, good base running, heads up base running by Twin Lakes. Really got to keep your eyes up as a base runner in those situations. You see any overthrow, you're trying to take the extra base, and they did that very nicely right there.
So we do have a pitching change. We'll come back, and hopefully we'll see if they can get these 2 outs, but there's still runners on second and third. It's a Greater Lafayette World Series on the ISC Sports Network.
Now pitching.
There we go, baby. Oh, my God. Race to the other end, and he punches it down. Back in. Takes it in. Little energy. Little. Not the entire game. Touchdown. He's got it. He's up. Still going. Throws it up, and Hooks will throw it down.
Brewer jams it home.
That ball wiggles in and into the back of the net.
A little fireworks in the first half. Throw it up for Tillman.
Whoa. My goodness.
122-6-0 for Penn.
What a swim! 6 of them.
They're going to put it in the arm of the big right-hander, Colby Parrott, coming in from right field. Let's try to get out of this jam, and still some work to do for the Yard Goats. 2 runs have crossed for the Indians here in the bottom half of the 6th. They had a 1-run lead going into this, now tacking on some insurance. The Yard Goats only have 3 outs to work with on their at-bats. Lots of work to be done. Chris would, talk about how relatively clean of a baseball game this one has been, but you go back to that error at third that caught McDaniel up in the chest, which could have been potentially.
Yes, sir. Tailor-made double play ball.
But here we are, runners on second and third, nobody out, and 2 runs already across.
Yes.
And now Keaton Miller, the pitcher, who's been somewhat dominant on the mound, quiet at the plate, but I'm sure he's enjoying attacking these runs on. See if he can get one across to help his cause.
Squeeze. Oh,
beautifully executed.
Oh!
Didn't take the hop that he wanted. It looked good off the bat.
I love it. I love it.
But aggressive baseball from the Indians, and they'll have to reset.
Yeah, a lot of times you don't see the suicide squeeze very much anymore. You see the safety squeeze, and the difference is on the safety squeeze, you're going to wait and make sure the bunt gets down, and then when you're the runner up at third base, you advance. But the suicide squeeze is you are basically stealing home, and it is the batter's job to get the ball down on the ground.
I'm going to go into my soccer bag of verbal knowledge and say that ball had some nasty English coming off of that,
yes, it
that
did.
turf. My goodness, that was about a foot in play and then hit. And swinging away, strike 2. So Miller down on the count 0-2. Parrott trying to limit the damage. 2 already across for the Indians here in the bottom of the 6th. That ball outside, 1-2.
Oh,
and
boy.
There's a shot to left. Will it get over his head? And hits the wall and
Wow.
goes over the fence.
Wow. That ball's tattooed. I don't think he scores on that.
Now, I'm not sure, regardless of 1-run scores of Hayworth on third, but I'm not sure
Yeah, shouldn't he be a
if
third?
Robertson gets the run on that, but I guess nobody's saying anything.
No, they're not.
So that'll cross 2 on the ground rule double by Keaton Miller.
Man, that ball was tattooed.
He got all of it, took 1 hop over the fence. So that scores 2 more. Now they put a 4 spot in the bottom half of the 6th.
Still no outs.
And there's a ball. So Parrott having trouble finding the zone to Darren Baker.
Baker draws a walk, brings up your first baseman, number 2, Gold.
So on the walk, Darren Baker now on first. Runners on first and second. Still nobody out. We'll go to the top of the order for Cooper Dold.
Wow. Monticello Indians have really maximized in this inning, creating some space for them to try to close this game out.
Chris, you mentioned it. Said the 1 run was so important. They said, you know what, Mr. Walker, we'll give you 4.
Yeah, no kidding.
And we had talked off cameras, where was the offense going to come from the Yard Goats, and now find themselves in a 5-run deficit with only 3 outs to work with in their top half of the 7th. There's a bunt, and it's a good one.
Wow.
Call that a base hit.
Wow.
The Indians are just putting it together here in the bottom half of the 6th.
Man, oh man, that's some good baseball.
Brings up the center fielder, number 27, Brummett.
So now the base is loaded again. No outs. And we're going to have another pitching change.
Yes, we are.
And it's going to be into the glove of McDaniel. Started at third base, made his way to right field. Now he finds himself on the mound.
Now pitching for the Yard Goats, number 87, McDaniel.
So, going through the alignment of replacement pitchers. As we do so, we'll take a break. The Greater Lafayette World Series. It's the Indians with a 4 spot here in the bottom of the 6th on the ISC Sports Network.
The drive, the take, fouled, and it goes!
Lobbing it to the back of the end zone. They're going to say it's a touchdown.
Left foot gets through. Goal for Vargas. Hamilton will score!
Hey there, I'm Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
Derek, do you know what we do not have in common with Ted Lasso?
What's that, Jake?
We made it beyond 3 seasons.
Oh, we're going to make it like 30, 40, 50 seasons. As long as your heart holds out, that is. Query and Schultz every Tuesday night. You can watch it right here on the ISC Sports Network, on our YouTube channel, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, X, podcast, whatever it is. Just call it whatever you want.
Twitter doesn't exist.
Just make sure Tuesday nights, Query and Schultz, 7:30, all season long right here on the ISC Sports Network.
We outlasted Twitter.
We did.
Wait.
So the Yard Goats have now gone to Ben McDaniel, the first baseman. He's put some mileage on this field. Number 87, started at first, ended up at third, was in right field, and now he's on the mound. And he finds himself in a jam. Nobody out. 4 runs have crossed the plate already here in the Indians' bottom half of the 6th. And now Mason Brummett. You go back to the 4th inning where the 1 run came. Really jump-started. He walked, but got the stolen base.
Batting now, your center fielder, 27, Brummett.
And that double by Tate Goyer later that inning scored him. So we'll see what he can do with the left side of the plate. And throws a hook for strike 1.
It's a good take there. Not much you can do with that pitch.
That ball outside, 1-1.
Tell you what, if you're Monticello Indians here, you get a big hit here, you score 2 more, that's 7. Now you're starting to think about ending it here in this inning.
And that's what we saw in the last one. And it was the Yard Goats on the other side of a 10-2 victory over Mount Vernon.
Yeah, especially with there being no outs in the inning still.
The count 2-1 to Brummett.
And you're in a very good spot in your lineup with 2, 3, and 4. So, yeah, you're trying to end this game right now.
That ball down low, 3-1, nowhere to put him. I mean, you could hear it on the fan, like 1 pitch, 1 location.
Yeah.
Beautiful placement from our ISC crew.
His dad told him, know what you're looking for, know where you want to hit it.
Here it comes, the 3-1. And that was a good pitch.
I'm okay with that. Maybe he wanted the ball middle in. That's a good disciplined hitter. If you're looking middle in, they go outside corner, you let it go. Can't strike you out with that pitch.
Here comes the payoff pitch. Nowhere to put Brummett. And slap just foul down the third base line. We'll do it again at 3-2. Everybody will reset. We'll do it again. Payoff pitch coming up. And he swings through it for the first out.
It's a great pitch there in a terrific spot.
Bases loaded, 1 out. Brings up the
That'll bring up Joe Doty.
Doty.
Hitless so far in this one. But something here of a courtesy runner. It's going to be Brummett heading out the third.
Last batted out here, which means they have really no subs on the bench is what that tells me.
It's Keaton Miller who is on third. Doty in the 3-hole. 1 out. Bases loaded. There's a strike. McDaniel's coming. He's throwing strikes. It's just whether or not the Indians can put it in play off the big right-hander. Indians and the Yard Goats. Greater Lafayette World Series, 15 and under championship game. In our first 2 matches, the 17 and under and the 16 and under, both went to the Yard Goats from Champaign, Illinois. But if this team, the 15 and under, they're going to have to get to work, and they got to limit this damage right here. So here we go with the 0-1.
Ooh.
Good pitch.
Yes,
Froze Doty at the plate. He's locked up on that one, 0-2.
Yes, he was. Got to move the baseball here if you're Doty.
Fastball in the dirt. Good stop by Timmons. And the count 1-2.
Outfield pretty much straight away, which is creating some pretty good gaps.
Corners in, infield, middle infield, double play depth. And that ball high, evens it up at 2-2. It's Brummett at third. Pinch running for Keaton Miller, the pitcher. He's gone the distance so far for the Indians.
Nope.
And that ball high.
Another full count.
So nowhere to put Doty. Got the strikeout of Brummett on the last at bat. What can McDaniel do here? The payoff pitch. And just got inside the hands. Able to foul that back. That ball was tailing inside. And somehow, some way, Doty got a bat on it. So we'll do it again at 3-2. One down, bases loaded. Bottom half of the sixth. 4 runs across already for the Indians. And that ball popped up.
That may be trouble. No, he's there. Infield fly rule anyway.
I'll be out number 2. That's a huge out.
That's a huge, huge out.
So McDaniel has come in so far and got the job done, but we've batted around, and Tate Goyer, who led things off with a base hit, came around the score, gets a chance now. Goyer's had a good day. 2 for 3, hit that RBI double back in the 4th, and bases loaded for him. Curveball sails inside. Goyer didn't like it. He froze right there. Daniel's got a nice curve.
Good pitch.
Fastball on the outside corner for a strike.
Perfectly spotted up fastball there. Quickly down 0-2. See what you got here. Tate.
Here comes the 0-2. Bases still loaded. 2 out, 4 across for the Indians. And chopper down to third base foul. And we'll do it again at 0-2. That was kind of an excuse me swing.
It was.
Goyer thought about it. Maybe didn't want to. Nonetheless, foul down the third base side. And we'll do it again at 0-2.
Almost picked off his third base coach there.
Here it comes, the 0-2 pitch. 2 down. And straight through the middle, base hit. That'll score at least 1.
Scoring 2.
Baker scores easily. 2 more across. Goyer with 2 more RBI. That gives him 3 on the day. Now the lead is 7-0 for the Indians.
It's a good at bat there by Goyer. Drives in a couple runs, driving the ball right back through the box. And now the winning run is on second base here.
Now batting.
It's Cooper Dold on second.
Holly.
Gives Aiden Holly a chance. He can end it here in one swing if he finds some grass in the outfield.
Yes, he can.
That ball high, 1-0. And Holly got on base when McDaniel, who's pitching now, is at third, got eaten up by a hard grounder.
Yes. Yep.
And Holly, he had a pinch runner, came around to score. What has been a 6-run, 6-spot in the 6th inning.
Oh, wow.
Runners go. Throw down to third.
Safe.
And he's safe, so advance. All second and third. Being aggressive with 2 outs, up 7.
Really aggressive. Great jump, though, on that. That's a situation where your catcher probably not going to be able to throw him out, but you can't afford to throw that ball in the left field and end the game that way.
Coach Burton must have plans. Aggressive base running with 2 down on first and second. Now runners at second and third. Big hanging curveball, can't find a zone. Now 3-1. So Holly's got to get a great pitch here. First base open. And a chopper to second. Henderson fields it. Over to first. Made it interesting. But the Indians put up a 6th spot in the bottom half of the 6th. The Yard Goats will be down to their final 3 outs. Top of 7 coming up. The Greater Lafayette World Series on the ISC Sports Network.
Fall means football. And on the ISC, we've got you covered all season long. Catch our broadcast live on television on MyNDTV 23 and Comcast 81, as well as streaming on ISCSportsNetwork.com. With a subscription to ISC for only $4.99 a month, you get access to our entire library, viewable anytime, anywhere, on our website or on the ISC app. Don't miss a single broadcast. ISC Sports Network. Football lives here. The ISC Sports Network is your home for sports content across the Hoosier State. Find us live on TV and streaming or archived on our website and our app. The ISC is your one-stop shop for the content you want to see, including high school sports, college sports, and other great events throughout the year. Subscribe to our streaming service and get access to it all. ISC. Local lives here.
The umbrellas are out. And those look like Indians fans, and they may be joyous here if Keaton Miller, who's gone a distance so far, can shut down the Yard Goats in their final attempt here in the 7th inning. Chris Walker to my right. I'm John Natali. And it's been a great baseball game, Chris, but just in that 6th inning, things fell apart for the Yard Goats, and everything went right for the Indians.
No kidding. It's just one of those tough baseball innings. You just really can't explain it sometimes. It just happens. What, 4 hits in the inning? You get a walk in there, mixing an error. And before you know it, it's give up 6 runs.
It'll be 5, 6, 7. And to be on a positive note for the Yard Goats in this one, this young man right here, Andrew Wagner, has made some spectacular plays in the outfield and left field.
Yes, he has. Good throwing
This game
arm.
could be over.
Yep.
If not for him. That ball fouled back down into count 0-2.
Good pitch.
Oh, Holly wanted to throw it down. Everybody wanted it.
I love it.
The umpire says, we'll throw another one here, boys. Count 1-2. And he swings through that one for the first out on the 7th inning.
Good high heater there by Keaton Miller.
Now
And Wagner just cannot catch up to it.
So Will Sikora, see if he can't get something going. Does have a base hit. His first at bat back in the 2nd. That's 5 strikeouts now for Keaton Miller.
Good pitch.
He's only given up 4 hits on the afternoon. That ball inside. 2-1.
Keaton Miller really working the inside part of the plate right now. There you go.
Outside corner for a strike, 2-2. 5 strikeouts, just 4 hits, 1 walk, no runs scored. There's a shot to right field. That may find
Tough
a gap.
play. Oh,
and
good
that
effort.
is going to find
Good
fair
effort.
territory. Good effort by Hayworth. But Sikora will hold up at second.
Good job.
So the yard goat's not dead yet. Will Sikora. A 1-out double in the 7th. Hayworth gave it everything he got, but the ball found the grass in between his leather.
Tell you what,
Now
really
batting
fundamentally
12,
sound Twin
Trevor.
Lakes team. Shouldn't be surprised with Coach Burton coaching, but right fielder did a great job hustling. Ball does not get too far away, throws a bullet back into the infield. Left fielder in perfect position to back up a potential misplayed throw. Just really well done all around by Twin Lakes there on the double by Sikora. It's the little things. Even in the 7-0 game, you're still playing the game the right way. You got to love that.
There's the pitcher, Camden Trendler. It was Grady Stock in the DH position, but Trendler now. See if he can't get Sikora in from second. Fouls that straight into the Indians' dugout. And just one big advantage, Chris, that this Indians team has is this is basically their high school team. These kids play all year round together. The same coach. That ball slap foul down the right side. And you build certain chemistry. The more you're around a player, the more that you know your teammates' instincts, game becomes a little easier. And it's definitely been showcased here by the Indians this afternoon. High hanger.
Up. Nope, that's up a little bit. That's a good call.
2-2 the count. And that's going to find the grass in the outfield. They will hold Sikora at second.
Oh, no.
Trendler was going to make a business decision there, and he chose correctly.
That would have been a bad business decision.
To go back to first base, but runners on the corners for the Yard Goats here in their top half of the 7th. Their final 3 outs, but down to 2. But Trendler keeps it alive. So I'll give Parrott a chance. He had a base hit up the middle in the 5th inning. That ball outside, 1-0. Ball down 2-0. And Chris, in this position, I'll ask you as a player, or as a coach, I'll ask you as a coach, as a young pitcher out there, you've pitched a gem, you know you're down to your final inning, you have a 7-run lead. How much of that anxiousness comes out to where it could affect what you've been doing those previous 6 innings?
It happens. I mean, but you just got to find a way to settle down, focus back in, and just throw a strike. Right?
This could be it. Hayworth puts it in the glove.
Second out.
And the Yard Goats are down to their final out here in the 15 and under championship game.
That's what it's about. Just settle down, understand you still have a big lead, still no pressure. Just throw a strike. Let him hit the baseball.
So Cole Henderson has to look at that scoreboard and know that there's one out left and he's got runners on the corners. He's got to put something in play here or take a walk. Runner goes. No attempt.
Defensive indifference there, just giving him that base. Not holding him on or anything.
So a base hit could put 2 across.
Good pitch.
That ball finds his own. Strike 1. 1-1 the count.
Keaton Miller's had that pitch all day today. Fastball on the outside part of the plate to right-handed hitters. Good pitch.
And in there for a strike. So Henderson down to his final strike, and the Yard Goats down to their final out. And slap.
Ooh, just foul. Man.
Just.
Man, I want to see
If
that
anybody
again.
had the angle, it was going to be the umpire on the right side.
I mean, that is
I
as
wonder
close
how
as
that
you
went
get.
over the bag.
No complaints from anyone out there.
We'll do it again at 1-2. Runners on second and third. Final strike, final out for Cole Henderson.
That'll work.
To center field, Brummett puts it away. And your 15 and under champions of the Greater Lafayette World Series goes to the Monticello Indians. Congratulations. And Chris, as we step away from this one, a 7-0 and just a well-played ball game up and through that 6th inning where the Indians just managed to put all the bolts and nuts together. And just the Yard Goats. They had the 17 and under, the 16 and under, but they'll have to go runner-up in the 15 and under as the championship goes to the Monticello Indians.
Very well played game by Monticello. Strung some hits together. Played well. Played good defense, pitched really well. Timely hitting. When you do that, you win your share of baseball games.
From a broadcast partner, Chris Walker, and our entire ISC Sports Network crew who's here on site, thank you guys so much. Excellent job in Game 3. I'm John Natale. We've got one more to go, but congratulations to the Monticello Indians. 7-0 over the Yard Goats from Champaign, Illinois. Your 15 and under Greater Lafayette champions. We'll be back for Game 4 on the ISC Sports Network.